What should we talk about?
I don't know. Let's talk about what we normally talk about, which is the guys who fish.
The idea of a podcast is a novel idea. I think it's unique. I think it's different. There's not a lot of people in the fishing industry doing it, so I'm excited for it. Good job, Dave.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
You're right. Everybody's seen this. This is not real. This is not real life. What's going on here?
Oh man, I decided to run just a little jog.
Let me see that cup. Let me see the cup. Show us the cup. Who cares about kayak bass fishing? The chick magnet is here to give us answers. Chad Hoover, the most awkward people on stage with you. And they said, you. I do the same thing every time, so it's got to be your fault.
No, it's definitely you.
Me?
You. It's guaranteed to be you.
But okay, let's get past that. I kind of miss you. Do you miss me?
I am the talent. You're the host. I'm the talent.
Big bass, big stage, big dreams. That's what we're about. Appreciate you saying coming to the horse's mouth instead of the other end of the horse. Because sometimes we get that too. But yeah, no, it did, and it was one of those things where I'm used to it my whole life. My name is Ott Defoe. You can't go to Chick-fil-A and they say, "What's the name for your order?" and you tell them Ott or Defoe. They don't get either one of them right. They look at you and go, "Huh?"
I turned to Jake and I said, "I got 4 minutes left. Go ahead and get your stuff packed because I've never ran out of here and I'm gonna jump up on plane by that dead cow and get out of here."
So it really was a dead cow.
We really had to jump a dead cow, and there were 4 dead cows back there. I don't know what was going on. I told the rancher he wasn't sure. I think he was shooting them. I'm not sure.
From the boot making to the hat shaping, downtown Fort Worth has got it going on. It's open for business. And it shows with this brand new hat.
That's watching this, you say to yourself, well, I don't give a heck about, I don't care about fantasy football. But we do.
Mm-hmm.
We do.
Exactly.
We call professional bass fishing tournaments, and outside of that, our career truly is fantasy football.
A 10-pounder don't look like, it looks like a 7-foot man when you're walking into Walmart. If you see a 7-foot man, you know he's 7 feet. You don't have to guess and say, is that somebody 7 feet? No, he ain't 7 feet. Same with a 10-pounder. He just built different.
Jason Christie's 4-day wait at the Sabine was 43.15, and Lee Livesey had 42.3 on the final day at Fork.
Remember that time that you caught 2 at once?
Yeah, that was cool.
He will not deny this. I have way better hands than he does. Tell him. He has better hands until he gets close to the net. Here we go. Takes a shot and he shoots a muffin on the goalie, and it's embarrassing. You just put your head down. Unbelievable. But again, Dave, we'll look at stats for hockey and who played more, who went further. All-time penalty minute record holder, though, Dave. That counts for something.
That's definitely a record I'd be proud of.
Yes, fantastic.
What are you doing?
Right now? Well, I'm at Recky's, and Recky him and Julian went to the liquor store, and they're going to get fined for COVID because you're not supposed to be out, and they needed liquor, so they went to the liquor store anyway.
It's a little different than just normal fishing. Like Paul, he sent me a text like a month ago. All it said was, "Now you see why I get so excited over a 2-pounder."
And what is retired trips life like?
Every day Saturday, baby.
And the box was a pickle box. And it said, Whitfield Pickle, the pickle with the perfect pucker, picked at the peak of perfection by particular pickle picking people.
How does it feel like to start over? This is serious. I've got all eyes on me. I've got some very specific goals, and they're high goals. Like to say, hey, I want to win a blue trophy. I don't take that lightly. I don't say that lightly. To win a Bassmasters Classic, like my dad tried it his whole career.
To walk up on the stage and Ray Scott grabbed my hand and George Cochran's hand, and when Dewey Kendrick called out the weight, Ray dropped my hand and raised George Cochran's.
I'm 100% sure some guys have made love on Lord Stanley. Yes.
So let's get this clear. You did not, correct?
I have not made love on Lord Stanley. No, I have not.
But it is rumored that others do.
There's a guarantee that there's rumors, there's people did it.
I couldn't tell you how many thousands of smallmouths I've caught on that jig over the years. I've been using them since I was 15 years old.
And I was going to try to give him 5 when I came by, and the boat swung out too far, and I couldn't. And as we passed him, I saw like a look of disappointment come across his face, And as soon as I saw that, I told Jack, I was like, I got to get out of the boat. And I ran to give him a hug. And that kid squeezed me so hard, and I could tell that it meant a lot to me, but I could just tell how much it meant to him. And, you know, that's what I want to be. That's what I want to do.
Are you still embracing the Velcro, and are you waiting for it to come back?
It's hard to find Velcro shoes.
It really
I'm
is.
very sad. I will say that I'm totally still in the ease mode. I hate shoelaces. That is an absolute waste of time. And then after you go through all the trouble of tying them, sometimes they come untied. Total waste of time.
Man, we're putting the flog on him. I'm like, what the hell's a flog? You know, and he's like, my favorite band's Flogging Molly. I'm like, yeah, we're using the flogger. And that's how it's stuck. I mean, which is pretty wild and stupid too. But
do you think Flogging Molly has any idea that they were part of a fishing trend?
I don't even know who Flogging Molly is. So
Neither do I.
Well, we just caught what very well could have been the all tackle world record tarpon.
Let's walk and talk. Let's walk and talk. Look at this.
We're gonna walk and talk. So this is the magazine we just put together. See, there's a wall there.
Wow.
And down that hallway is the brains of the operation, Bruce and those guys. This is our editorial group.
It looks incredibly corporate.
Mandy, Dave.
Good morning.
Hey.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, and then there's Brienne. She's
Wow.
a designer.
Hey, good morning. I'm never coming there.
Hola.
Good morning. You'll never
They're the
see
one
me.
that- They're
Good
the ones that
morning.
make the magazine match.
I mean, I'm always hauling shopping carts out of the ponds and out of the lakes and things, right? That's what I do for a living. So I'll bring the rod, you know, I'll do the carts first. I have a big contraption, a big claw. I throw it out and I drag the lake. So that's kind of like fishing. I fish for shopping carts. And then if I got time, I'll bring the rod and zing her out there.
Many birds coming up. 20, 30 fish coming. Most big one is a bite. So good.
Is it finally time for you to accept the fact that you're not just an angler of the year, but you have the greatest mustache in professional bass fishing?
It's not true. Mine's decent, but like if you put me side by side with Shaw Grigsby, ain't no way.
What
Ain't no way.
Is it just how does he beat you? Is it just more full? I mean,
yeah, it's bigger, it's thicker, and it looks way harder. Like mine's pretty coarse, but like I feel like his mustache could stop a punch.
I wish we had like drone shots of just that crowd. There would be like beer cans floating out everywhere, grown men just screaming, some dude over there in a tank top. I mean, that crowd, they had me fired up. I even was over there cheering for Lee one time. And then I like wasn't even fishing. I was just holding my rod and I'm like, woo! It was like, that's freaking biggin'. And I need to probably get fishing again. Like
this guy, he walks out there, he said, you got a problem, huh? I'm like, you dang right I do.
Going to Thompson Bowling Arena and seeing just the setup and everything happening and the entertainment value, it did remind me a lot of WWE with the great entrances, and just the production value was through the roof.
The greats always are oozing with confidence. I would not call it cockiness, but I would call it's borderline cockiness because if you don't understand them, but you have to be so confident in your ability to see something and make a decision on the fly in so many events that if you don't have that confidence, you're never going to be able to do it. And that's something that I've definitely can, if I put my finger on one thing, confidence is something that you cannot teach by any means.
I want the blue trophies. Like I want a line of them up there. I want to have to build another mantle to, stack the blue trophies up. I fish for the wood, man. I mean, like the money comes in. I fish for the wood. Yeah. I like the paychecks, but I fish for the wood, man. I got all the trophies. I like the trophies, dude. Whenever I'm 65, I can sit there and look at all them trophies and think how I kicked everybody's ass.
A lot of guys, they are they're putting certain baits in the bags of whatever brand they're sponsored by and pulling it out on live, making it look like it came out of that bag. And that.
Do they do that?
Well, allegedly.
Allegedly. Okay. Everything's allegedly on this show.
So make sure that you take I don't get seasick, but I still take an anti-nausea thing if you're going to go on those, because they can be really they can get to you fast just because you can't see what you're doing or anything.
Trust me, if I'm going to Harry Potter World, I'm going to be on something.
But for us, we've always tried to stay true to who we are and what we do. That's teach and just give real honest information. We're not trying to do clickbaity stuff. Nothing against any of that. It's just not who Matt or I are.
I had a magical day on the water that day at Pickwick, and every decision I made went right. And it felt like it was my time to win. You hear about guys talk about them days. But Bill, you don't become a professional bass fisherman to get rich. I mean, if you want to become a millionaire fishing, start as a billionaire.
Duck hunter back in the day, and I love trapping.
Messaged me this morning. I was actually cutting the yard then. I was like, heck yeah, I got to drop this. I'm going.
Screw the grass. Let's do a podcast.
When it rains, it pours here. I had a brand new baby, had my shop, and got a new truck all the same day.
Finally, it's here. I had a great dude on the boat and the right dude on the boat to help me get it done. And yeah, man, pressure's gone.
That's so cool, man.
On the way in, and I just was just looking around at everything, looking at the birds flying by and stuff. And I look over at Tucker, and Tucker's wiping his eyes, and it got me all emotional too. And just running in, I was like, wow, man, if this is meant to be, it's about to happen.
Because guess what? I don't make that tackle warehouse, whatever championship back at St. Lawrence River. I'm being straight up. I'm done.
You're quitting.
I'll be done. I'm going to freaking guide, fish tournaments at home, get back on the trail here, work, set tile, live life.
So you're home now, and that's your tackle room, correct?
Yeah, tackle room / bedroom / man cave.
It's that right there. When you have the acceptance, you can tell. When you have the acceptance of your hero, you've been everything you want to be as far as an angler. That I will cherish.
Got up in there, we're in heavy grizzly country. It's dumping snow, big snowstorms coming in. It was just eerie. We were up I felt so tiny. We just felt like nothing.
And honestly, a lot of people say, Dave, they do things for themselves. Mm-hmm. And that maybe that's the right way to do it. You want to do it for yourself before anybody. I want to do it for my family.
And I tell people that when it comes to fishing or anything, don't be afraid to put 110% in and get your ass kicked and not win. That's when you know you don't love it. Because I have high school kids and college kids. So man, I tried hard. I put a lot of effort into it, man, and it just wasn't working out. So I quit. And I'm like, quit? How long did you do it? And he's like, I did it 2 years. Quit. The problem is this sport you're chasing and that dream with that Bassmaster Classic trophy. Jordan Lee caught it quick, man. Made it look easy. Hank Cherry got it twice. A lot of guys have chased their whole life for that trophy, never touched it. It's very elusive. That's the part that drives you. It's not easy to achieve. That's just something that I think as a fisherman that drives that guy to be better. It will either break you or make you. There's no in between, because you're going to fish your guts out and you're going to fish good and get beat a lot.